This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the... Oh, that's wrong. That's the other thing we do.
Different thing. You want to start again?
Yeah, I'll start again.
Okay, actually good. You don't want to leave this in for to pretend we're doing it for real?
This will make incredible bonus content.
Yeah, bonus content. Yeah. People are going to pay extra for this.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where, of course, we are making our way. We're breaking our way, would you say, Mason?
Very nice. We're talking about the film Breaking Away.
No.
Beautiful coming-of-age film. Loving it.
No, Mason.
Aww.
No, we're talking about Twilight Breaking Dawn.
The one where they go back in time to feudal Japan. There's always one, right? In every franchise?
Yeah, when do we hit that?
I should have saved the Twilight Saga goes to Hawaii for this one.
Yeah.
Because they go to a Hawaii-like place. All my subtitles just said... people sing in foreign language. You don't want to be more specific about those holiday scenes? All right.
Anything that's not English is foreign.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. This is actually the one where the one we're all been waiting for, which is the one where Edward and I get married. I mean the one where Edward and Bella get married.
Absolutely. And leave a like for that. And leave a like for the good peeps, everyone who's foreign. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the foreigners.
Everybody who doesn't speak English.
Respect for not speaking English.
So this one I found of the series is the most boring, and probably because it's half a book's worth of story.
Yeah, they're spreading it out, aren't they?
But it's also probably the most upsetting as of so far.
It's quite an ordeal, I found. It was really...
Yeah.
You know?
I do know.
What's interesting about this movie is this one was directed by Bill Condon.
Yeah.
Who, I don't know if you're saving this for Breaking Dawnivia.
I did name it something like that.
Okay, terrific. But he, among other things, he directed Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
It's a great film from the 90s starring Brendan Fraser and Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
And McKellen plays James Whale, who was a real-life movie director who directed, among other things, Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein.
Right.
So is that... how we got this gig?
I guess.
Because that was also movie monsters?
I think they just went, can you make 2 movies?
Oh, yeah, I guess
We've got to put them out every year. Can you make 2 movies? Yeah.
And he's like, I'm an Oscar winner. Why not? Why wouldn't I?
I'll make 2 movies.
I won the award for Best Adapted Screenplay. I can spread a bad book over 2 movies. Why wouldn't I? Anyway, people should check that movie out.
Absolutely. So Jacob is upset up top because he gets the invite along with Bella's dad, who's not happy. Also, he's cottoning on. He's like, there's a lot of... why they got so many graduation caps here?
They killed a lot of high school kids. Probably. Have you seen them? Look at them. They look like murderers. I'll give you 1 point to them, though.
Yeah.
They dress less like weirdos in this.
Yeah, well, it's formal attire for the most part.
I just meant generally.
Okay, yeah.
Like, they're more like...
oh, they're out of school.
Yeah, they're definitely out of school.
Does that make a difference?
I don't know.
But Jacob is upset because the invite says, Isabella...
no wolfmen. No yucky wolfmen from the forest. Ugh.
Isabella Marie Swan is marrying Edward Anthony Mason Cullen.
Oh.
So there you go. Just wonderful names all around. And we get a bit of Edward background before they get married. When they have a bit of a chat, there's a bit of cold feet going on. Bella has a dream sequence, which I knew was a dream sequence because she could walk in heels. You know what I'm talking about?
She could have not had a more hack... like a vampire nightmare wedding dream sequence if she tried. Everybody's wearing white and then all of a sudden everybody's covered in blood. Everybody's dead.
That's a pretty normie shit, eh?
Yeah, right?
Just bog standard stuff.
Very bog standard.
Yeah, but Edward, we find out, went rogue in the 30s. And by that I mean he only murdered bad people with his little flat cap on, which might be about what Morbius is. I don't know at this point. And then he runs off into the woods to have his bachelor party, which is eating bears. Or something.
I have a note here that just says roughhousing vampire boys having a rough house. Ooh.
Does Bella get like a thing?
Bella doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have a bachelorette party, a hen's night as we would call it in Australia. She doesn't even she
doesn't drink out of one of those straws that's shaped like a penis. And everyone's like, yeah, that's a dick.
You know what? For what is supposedly like the most epic romance ever committed to film. Ooh. They don't even write their own vows. It's just the stock vows.
Yeah.
Bella doesn't do a speech.
No.
At the very least, do a funny one. Be like, thanks everyone for coming, especially you, Dad.
Seaman!
funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
There's some people that's like, I don't approve of this though.
Right.
I don't, this wedding speech has gone too far.
Why would they get Anna Kendrick's character to do a speech when you know she's going to be weird passag about it? Why put that in?
I'm amazed she's still in this.
Right.
Apparently it's the last one that she is, but I'm like, she's famous at this point, right? She's like well famous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyway, hopefully she got a lot of money for it. But she's also like, she's pregnant because who else gets married at 18? The timeline of this, apparently, in the books at least, is it's a 10-month romance.
Okay.
And all I could think as Bella was walking down the aisle and her dad's like, this is horrible. You can see it on his face. He hates it.
Scrubs up all right, though, doesn't he?
He's a good-looking man. I don't mind saying so, Mason. But she has a hair in her mouth.
Oh,
she's walking. Well,
no.
Is that a clumsy girl thing? I don't know.
Oh, do you think they did it deliberately? This isn't a production error.
Yeah.
All I didn't notice because all I was thinking was like, oh, geez, this is a long walk up the aisle. I know we've been building to it for three movies at this point, but my goodness.
Well, it's cut longer than the actual walk is to get the sense of like, time is standing still for her, etc. and so forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's making her way up to Robert Pattinson, who looks very beautiful in his 17th century, like French white makeup that he appears to be wearing, I think, on top of his regular glowing vampire skin.
What I like is they've just completely given up on the pretense that these vampires glow in the sunlight.
Yeah.
People are just hanging out in Rio de Janeiro or whatever, or just
it's fine.
island paradise, and nobody's like, let's deal with that guy. He's just regular now.
He's just regular now. And it's also weird that, like, nobody noticed at the wedding that there's all these deathly white people with immovable hair just holding full champagne flutes for like the entirety of the reception.
Not for me, thank you. Also, some of them are like, oh, these are my cousins from Alaska. Are they not murderers? Surely just the Cullens are not murderers.
I guess there's more not murderers.
Mostly not murderers, it seems.
It seems that way, yeah. But speaking of not murderers,
go on.
Jacob turns up and he's like, I'm cool with this now, actually. I had a big tantrum at the start of the
Now,
movie.
boys, hold me back! Boys! I like how all the werewolves have like two boys hidden in the brush.
They're
just
a pack.
In case, yeah.
They're a pack. It makes sense. You'd have two boys hidden in the brush.
You don't.
You didn't have boys hidden in the brush, Mason. I got boys hidden outside of the podcast studio.
Just in case they set you off.
That's right.
I'll be back, boys. He recommended the wrong VPN, boys. I'll be back.
So they talk about like, the wedding night. He's like, you're going to have sex. You're going to have sex. Something bad's going to happen. Well, something bad does happen.
Ooh,
so you'll
bad.
kill her with all the sex. But also at the same time, like, Jacob, fucking get over it.
Yeah, right?
You fucking drip. Just run into the woods, all right?
Just keep running. Yeah. Run from wood to wood. Dude, it's over. The marriage, that's the end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was long done by this point. Also, there's a moment on the beach where he's with his boys and one girl where he's like, imprinting is sick. Who in their right mind would do that? Just hold that thought for later. So they also drive off at the wedding in another
Volvo.
Very sensible.
Just another beautiful. I was hoping for a white wedding Volvo, just to add to the garage, but no. It's that. But it's a lovely Volvo.
Yeah, we didn't mention the sensible Volvo last week, but there was one, wasn't there?
There sure was.
There was a new sensible Volvo. I can't wait to
classic virgin car. Is he though? I think he
might
That's the
be.
first note I have. It says, "Is Edward a virgin or not?" Because Bella says to him, "Are you a virgin?" He's like, moving on.
Are you?
Moving on. Are you? Eh?
Yes, I would say so.
Wow.
Because I guess they don't have like
Working dicks.
working dicks, but also I think the lust is more for like blood than it is for,
Oh, I get it.
sexual intercourse. Speaking of,
Go
here
on.
we go. Property damaging sex. That's what I'm all about, Mason. So after they do the property damaging sex, first of all, she has to cuddle up to this ice cold marble man, which just seems awful in itself. Also, he bruised her a lot. Also, those poor house cleaners. There's no heads up. They come in and they're like, oh no, and Edward's like,
Oh, Mr. Hart, what a mess. That's an Australian reference for you.
It certainly is. And Edward's like, ha, she's afraid for you because, she's heard of legends of vampires like seducing and killing beautiful women.
Also, ease up.
Yeah.
Just do that,
Yeah, maybe go on the bottom.
right?
I don't know.
I'm saying there's lower settings on the jackhammer. You just use one of those. I'm just saying.
Anyway, they have a bit of a funny moon because it's fun.
It is fun.
Funny
Yeah,
moon.
yeah.
They're playing chess and tussling each other's hair. I don't know what they do.
Sure.
but she turns out she's super vampire pregnant.
Yeah.
And Edward's immediate reaction is like, Carlisle will get that thing out. And then
We'll chop it out of you, you freak, you monster freak.
It's so weird because it's such a strange series. And Ben, who edits these with Lawrence, I might point out, like we had this conversation where it's like vegan abstinence, pro-abortion, but also anti-abortion. Like the whole messaging of this thing, it's so a strange...
Yeah, it is,
like collection of thoughts and ideas.
I guess it's a combination of the original book, of what they wanted to add in the adaptation, and what would play better to audiences, you know, and probably, you know, elements change from book to movie because they're like, well, times have changed, or whatever it is. But I think it's all worth it for just that moment where we see just Bella is just vomiting in the toilet, and Edward is just brooding in another room. He's just got this on. He's not like, hey, are you okay? He's just like, oh, time to brood.
It's actually, it's brood o'clock, so.
I got a brood, sorry.
Yeah, it's quite strange because I think also, like, if you will say, like, a fundamentalist Christian, you don't like these movies because it's about magic and demons and and tussling of hair. Yeah. But...
And Volvo's the devil's car.
That's right, but...
The virgin devil's car.
But also, it's pro-life. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that's what I mean. Like, it's a strange mix of ideologies. Anyways, that should make for a fun comment section. But there's all these arguments and conversations, and like both Edward and Jacob initially are like, let's kill this baby. Let's kill this baby. One thing we agree on, killing this baby.
Team Edward, team Jacob, team kill the baby. Finally combined. I love their little chat where Edward says to Jacob, you have a connection with her I'll never understand. Oh, yeah, you reckon? Like the connection of two normal people having normal interactions. Normal. But it's like, come on,
yeah.
Learn to interact with people, Edward. You've had 100 years.
They both like motorbikes. Is there a stronger connection than that?
No, that's
than the love strongest. Of the crusty demons, Mason?
There isn't. There absolutely is not.
And it's weird that, like, so there is an action sequence in this because it's pretty light on action. The next one, boy, you are in for a treat. But in this particular sequence, what happens is the werewolves are like, they're not the wolves are like, let's kill this woman. But to me, I'm like, what? She has, worst case scenario, she gives birth to another vampire.
Yeah, they don't even know what it is, really. I guess some of the prophecies say it's going to kill everything or something. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
You know.
But Jacob breaks with the pack, and he makes his own little pack.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm protecting this baby for reasons that will become clearer later in the movie and book. But the birth, so leading up to it, Bella's drinking a blood smoothie, and they're deciding on names, right? And they settle on Renesmee, and they're like, too weird? Yes. It's not a good name.
Hard to say, hard to spell.
Sorry if you were born in 2010.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Renesmee? I've written it here and I can't remember.
Rensmee. Is it Rensmee?
Maybe it is. Yeah, it's not.
But this is the problems the child will face at school.
Yeah.
Is Rensmee here? All the kids are going to laugh at him. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And also because of the weird...
And then Jacob's going to bust in and be like, you're making fun of my love, you little children. Boys, hold me back, boys. Boys. All right, settle down.
Do you remember the moment just before she gives birth and all her bones break like she's that character from Futurama who has bonitis?
Yeah, it was some real body horror stuff.
Yeah.
Twisting backwards like some sort of, what's the one?
Contortion artist?
Yeah, the thing we watched that movie.
The woman from The Ring. Oh, the Malignant?
Also the Ring Lady, sure.
Also, The Beach That Makes You Old, the person who turns to bones in a cave. Oh my
God, anyway, always unpleasant.
Yeah, it is. And so during the birth, I was confused about like the goings on and what his role played.
Well, first he's given her a big syringe of his venom.
Is that before or after the C-section where he eventually uses his teeth to bite through the right through the embiotic sac?
That's what I thought was happening, but I couldn't be sure.
It's pretty unclear. Then it's venom to the heart, Pulp Fiction style. And then...
Looks sus, whatever that is.
And then there's a brief moment where Jacob like catches the baby's eye. And I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
And then there's a moment where, of course, Bella dies.
Yeah.
And there's a moment where Edward's like, you're not dead. Come on. Come on.
That's the perfect time to brood, actually.
Yeah.
But also, I noticed straight away they washed the baby. And I just want to point out that a baby, when it's born, it's covered in vernix, and that's a protective coating that forms over the baby's skin in utero, and it actually helps protect their immune system. So you should wait at least 24 hours till after the baby's born to give it a bath.
So you've had kids, obviously.
Yeah.
So you have this experience. You've learned from that. But as someone who hasn't had kids, that sounds yuck. Having a yucky baby for 24 hours.
It's actually quite sterile, Mason.
Ugh.
Also, I just want to point out that information is at the time of recording. Don't come back in 10 years and be like, actually, that kills children. You've killed children for 10 years after this video.
Oh, no!
Anyway, there's a fight between the werewolves and the Draculas. And it's whatever. Wolves tackling people with beautiful hair.
Shorts ripping off.
This,
let me tell you this movie, Jacob's wearing clothes head to toe, and he's just ripping them off. What a waste.
Yeah, ridiculous. Does he have a budget? Do they budget for that? Do his
Great
boys?
question.
They have a pool of money that they put into?
Maybe.
Anyway, in terms of vampire lore, I don't have much else to add other than we see Bella's transformation. I mean, you get a glimpse at her eyes, and it just looks like she's just wearing a lot of makeup. And I guess that's part of the transformation, where you just become, you wear whatever modern style of makeup is.
That's exactly
Your face adapts to that.
Now, what do the red eyes mean? That means she's grumpy, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's human blood, which I guess she has been drinking because she had the blood smoothies. But I'm more interested, very much so, in werewolf lore this time around and imprinting.
Oh,
because the way that Jacob, that baby, that horrible baby.
Sure.
What did you think of the horrible baby?
Initially,
it's a normal baby, right?
Yeah.
But then you see its horrible CGI face.
Yeah.
And then you jump forward ahead in time.
Or that's just some sort of dream sequence.
Well, I think it probably is both.
Okay, great.
So actually, Mackenzie...
James, let's take a stand on this. I'm saying writing an adult man falling in love with a baby, not cool. Let's get ahead of it right now. I think it's not cool. I don't care if there's a look into the future or a little dream sequence or whatever where you see this baby as an adult. I don't like it.
I agree. I
think it's weird.
I think it's not cool. I'm with you, Mason. And it's strange because, Jacob has a line where we're about imprinting when you see it happen, and it's something like, be anything she needs, a friend, a brother, a protector. That's not what's going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I know that. It's because I looked into the lore behind imprinting.
Okay.
There's 4 stages to it.
Oh, no.
Would you like me to take you through it?
Okay, great. How many rules for life?
It's just 4.
Okay, great.
And then just some bonus upsetting stuff at the end.
All meat diet?
All meat diet.
Okay, terrific.
Avoid apple cider.
Okay, great.
Apple cider vinegar.
Tidy your room of all your jorts. Put your jorts in a neat pile.
Get a specially allocated jorts drawer.
Yep.
Yeah. Stage 1. If the imprintee is young, the shapeshifter will act as an older sibling.
Okay.
Also, you can imprint on pretty much anybody. That's the theory behind it.
Okay.
And it's like gravity. It just happens.
Oh, my goodness.
Upsetting. Stage 2. As the imprintee grows older, the shapeshifter will also come to be their best friend.
Oh, that's lovely.
Regardless of whether they want that.
Sure, right?
Because you're a grown man and this is a child.
Yeah.
Stage 3.
Hey, you wanna go ride bikes? Jacob, you're 40 years old. I am but a child. I don't want to ride bikes with you. Crusty demons be damned. I shan't be riding bikes with you. I am Rensme.
Stage 3. They become intimate friends, meaning their feelings for each other are changing into romantic feelings. This stage may or may not happen to the imprintee, but the imprinter will fall in love with his imprintee. They will not see any other woman. The imprintee is all he cares about, and he will love her even if she rejects him.
That's
Stage 4, basically.
too far. Oh no, there's another stage after the weird stage that everything went wrong.
When the imprintee is old enough, the shapeshifter's feelings will grow into romantic love. Now, you might be like, what about rejection? What about if the person being imprinted on by a monster is like, I don't fucking like this, get away from me.
Haven't you read the book or seen what might be a movie? She's just not that into you.
Exactly. So, what would happen if a wolf is rejected by his imprintee is unknown. By the way, it's mostly a male thing. There is one female shapeshifter in the group, and we don't know the lore behind that as of yet. So keep your eyes peeled for further episodes of this show.
Yeah,
we'll make an update.
We'll do a deep dive at some point, yeah.
Though this is assumed to be virtually impossible, that being rejected.
Okay.
The imprinter is deemed to be the perfect match to the imprintee. He will be anything she may want or need, making rejection unlikely. Should it happen, however, the imprinter may feel unspeakable pain and may even want to commit suicide.
Boy, this is...
I mean, I'm not an advocate for suicide. It's terrible. But...
Oh, no!
I think that's maybe best case scenario. You know what I mean?
This is pretty yuck all round.
I don't like it.
I reckon it should say, if the rejection happens, just there's plenty of other wolves in the forest, isn't there?
There's some wolves in the forest.
Some wolves in that forest, you know?
Just a regular wolf.
Yeah.
Because you're sort of a wolf. I mean, I'm not happy with that either, but I don't know. I'm drawing lines here I don't like, Mason.
How about this? Regular lady.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe you meet her at the bar or something.
So you might have noticed that actually we see the actor Mackenzie Foy, who was born, I think, in the year 2000. You're going to see her more in the next movie.
Okay.
Right, where she plays the young Resmismisk.
Swiss-misk.
So basically what they did here, because she was a child, the visual effects team used a Lola projection rig to age up Mackenzie Foy during the imprinting scene. They used footage of an 18-year-old model running and digitally aged a cyber scan of Foy, then 10 years old, to match the model's mannerisms. The team used similar software that the companies used to age.
Did they de-age the mum?
Well, that, and to age and locate missing children. That's another
layer all right.
of creepiness to this
Many
whole
of
thing.
whom ran into the forest to find wolf brides and or husbands. Did they use that technology? Because Bella's mum in the flashback sequences looks a lot like Kristen Stewart. Did they use the technology?
It's entirely
Did
possible.
They use technology?
Look, they definitely...
Or did they just yell at the actor and go, look younger?
Get rid of those wrinkles. We'll slap them off your face. Anyway, it's time for Breaking Dawn VR, part 1.
I'm excited.
Robert Pattinson took a boat driving lesson so he would be able to drive the boat in the honeymoon scenes. Despite taking lessons, he crashed the boat.
Love it.
You like sexy stuff?
Yes. Not this sexy. I mean, under normal circumstances, yes, but I have been traumatized by this movie, so no. But you're going to do it anyway, so whatever, man.
The sex scene between Edward and Bella originally caused the film to receive an R rating by the MPAA. The scene had to be reshot and edited to receive a PG-13 rating.
Whoa.
However, according to interviews, Robert Pattinson and director Bill Condon blamed Kristen Stewart's wild thrusting during filming.
That's fun.
That's
fun stuff.
There were over 1,400 special effects shots in this film. Where do you think all the effort went?
All of the effort went into where Bella's mum lives, which is an entirely CGI tropical paradise / garden of some sort. Did you see that place?
Yeah, I did.
You see it?
Yeah.
What was it? She live in a studio set?
Yeah,
soundstage?
She lives in front of the volume that they use at Lucasfilm.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Where did it all go? I don't know.
Kristen Stewart, most of which was used on Kristen Stewart to achieve Bella's pregnancy appearance. You know, she's like Captain America skinny.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm sick. Ooh, there's a monster in me. Are we killing this or not? What about this one?
Go on.
Bella's body was a prosthetic from the shoulders down in the birthing scene. There was an opening in the table so Kristen Stewart could comfortably lay down underneath the tabletop while allowing her head and shoulders to be visible. To achieve the movement of the prosthetic limbs, a puppeteer was also under the table controlling the limbs.
Was it Frank Oz?
It was Frank Oz.
That's amazing.
And he did the voice of her body. All the creaks and snaps
as
it broke. Also, I looked into this because I was like, because it was a full moon at the time of the wedding.
Oh, yes.
And like lunar-wise, I wanted to know whether they got that accurate. So I looked at the wedding invitation. I did a bit of a deep dive. This is my own trivia, Mason.
This is original research.
This is original research.
Uh-oh.
The wedding takes place on August 13th in 2011 in Forks, Washington.
Okay.
Right? So I looked up a lunar calendar and adjusted the date and time for this particular time period and setting. And yes, it was a full moon. So kudos to everybody in this film.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Box office. This made $712 million, which makes it the second highest of the franchise. We'll come back to which is the highest maybe another time because...
Very exciting.
No, it's the next one.
That's the next one.
But it did, however, have a bigger budget of $127 million. Anyways, I fucking hated this. This was terrible, awful, upsetting, and it's boring. At least maybe there'd be a good action scene where I'd go,
yeah.
At least there was a good action scene.
It's a real grind.
Fuck all of this. Everybody should be in jail.
Nobody was happy, like at any point. Like Bella's like, oh my God, the only thing I ever want to do is get married and I want to be a vampire or whatever it is. And then she's like, then they have a miserable honeymoon. Then she gets miserable prego.
Yeah.
Then they tear her to bits. She's going to die. They rip her open.
Yep, stab her with poison.
There's a man falls in love with a baby. Look, it's all bad. It's all...
Yeah.
Did the fans of the book series want this? Are they like, were they coming out of the cinema like, yes, this is what we wanted. Perfect.
Look, if I was Edward, I would kill Jacob.
Wow.
Because you have to, right? He's a vampire man. This is a full-grown man.
He's going to be around forever,
falling in love with a baby. He's
Yeah.
never going to disappear. You just have to kill him.
You have to kill him.
Yeah. Anyways, next week. We wrapping this up,
We
I
wrap
guess?
this up. We got to see it through to the end, yeah.
We hope you've been enjoying this, I guess, if you can. This is actually...
If you can see yourself to enjoying this, yes.
This has been Caravan of Garbage. We do this every week. If you do actually want to see these early, you head over to bigsandwich.co. It is our private Patreon service, which we control and run. It's $9 a month if you are interested, but there's also early videos, as mentioned. There's bonus podcasts. There's movie commentaries. Our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That actually comes out there a day early on Sunday as opposed to Monday. But also you can listen to that podcast.
Nothing sus.
Regular stuff.
Regular content, yes.
All right, everybody. Catch you later.
Grab that jam, you guys. We'll see you next week.
And goodbye. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.